Today's episode, my friends, is all about which resonant toppings you should go after and collect and why. And we're going to do that with using this right here, which is located in the 3rd anniversary festival, the Anniversary Gallery. Many of you have asked me about this, and on top of that, given me feedback in the live streams of which resonant toppings should you focus on, and this episode is for all of you out there today. So thank you for tuning in. As always, if you enjoy the episode, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It's a nice way to support. Additionally, down below you'll find today's timestamps where I will talk through kind of the history of the resonant toppings. We're going to look at each of them here, and then I'm going to make the suggestion of which ones you should focus on and why, to help you in your cookie run kingdom. Now, with that, as always, if you do happen to have a question or comment along the way, certainly reach out, let me know, give us a shout down below, or come join us in the Discord server, my friends. So today is all about our resonant toppings. Now, we do have a ton of guides here on the channel. You can check those out. Biscuit guides, topping guides, all combining into one here. I'll have the link down below that you can check out. However, resonant toppings are a big part of the game. First and foremost, they're important because they're focused for a subset of cookies, typically aligned to an elemental type. And then additionally, the substats of those resonants give you a higher boost in terms of stats for your cookies. So they are very important. Now, a little bit of a style, a little bit of how you want to play. Generally, my suggestion is wait till some of these cookies come out. We get a little bit better idea before you actually invest in these resonant toppings. So as an example, for me, what you'll find as a free-to-play player here, when we go look at our storage, we look at our usables, right here, we do have a ton of these resonant toppings still. So part of that is where do we want to apply those? Certainly that's not what we're covering today. You can talk through that or see that in our resonant and biscuit topping guides, or topping guides and biscuit guides. But a couple key pieces around this. We do have access to the mysterious toppings now. So this gives you an opportunity to choose one of these 7 right here: the frosted, the radiant, the sea salt, the tropical, the draconic, the triple cone, and the moon kiss. Now, all these are only good for certain cookies, where you can see by clicking on them, you can see which ones are available to you right there. So a couple key pieces to that. I want to make you aware of that because that also helps you in your strategy and acquisition of the resonant toppings. Now, to go back to the 3rd anniversary gallery here, in order to tell our story, a couple of the big pieces that you'll see here is exactly what happened through 2023. It was the introduction of a lot of these resonant toppings. As you can see, first and foremost was City of Wizards, giving us access to the Moon Kiss. Then we have the Triple Cone, which gives us access to the Triple Cone Trio. Not as many cookies there. We'll show that here in a second. We get the Legend of the Red Dragon in May, the Summer Soda Rock Festival in July, Mermaid's Tale in August, the Lost Golden City in September, Icicle Yeti's Winter Song in November, Holiday Express, which gave us access to a plethora of these toppings, and then last but not least, the Dawn of the Dragon. Now, the Dawn of the Dragon, though, at the new release at the beginning of this year, did not bring new resonant toppings. So as you can see, these things evolved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different toppings, plus the ability to go ahead and pick. First and foremost, if you're trying to figure out which one to get first in your investment here for the gallery, make sure you get the Holiday Express one completed first. That gives you access to a later choice of which ones that you want to use. Now, when we go and explore each of these pieces here, we can't look into it here, so let's go back out and we can see which cookies are going to have access to these different toppings. This is a big part of your strategy on how you should invest these and use them as well. So here's the Moon Kiss ones first. We're going to have access to Moonlight, Stardust, Milky Way, Blueberry Pie, and Space Donut. A couple of these are used in PvP, PvE, so not a bad one to keep advantage or track of. We do have the legendary, and then additionally a super epic and 5 cookies. So that's the first one. Then as we move over, we go to the triple cone. Triple cone only is 3, and we only have access to 1 super epic. Now, a couple things here is these ones are decent parts and good parts of the elemental types. Additionally, prune juice is used very, very heavily right now in beast yeast. So it's a great cookie to use to help you clear, a very important one there as well, so you can keep those things in mind. And on top of that, getting some of these triple cone trio toppings, not as many early on out of the gate between both the Moonkiss and the triple. Then we get to the dragon toppings. So when we get to the draconic, we got a lot here as well, a lot more important ones when we see the top 3. Snapdragon, though, you don't really need draconic on because it's ethereal. The substats aren't really going to do much. So the reality is you just need cooldown. We've covered that in our Snapdragon guide that you can check out as well. Honeyberry and Pitaya, certainly. Tart Titan, Royal Margin are also very used. Cookies and Wildberry as well is a great choice. Then we get into the tropical rock toppings here. We got Super Epics, we got Rockstar, we got Black Lemonade, Parfait, Mango, and Werewolf. Quite a bit here. Personally, I do enjoy using Shining Glitter Cookie. Rockstar Cookie is great, and Parfait Cookie is great. Mango Cookie has been used in Dragon teams. Werewolf had been used in PvP and PvE fairly often as well for some additional notes. Then we also have sea salt toppings. Here we have quite a bit once again. 2 legendaries, super epic. Both Black Pearl and Crimson Coral heavily used. Sorbet Shark is great. All these are very good in terms of your water elementals to keep in mind. Now, we have a ton of those at 48 as well. So we'll talk about that here in a second. Next, we have the Radiant Cheese toppings. Here, Ancient Golden Cheese. We got mozzarella, olive, fettuccine, burnt cheese, and raisin cookie. A lot of these are heavily used. Olive cookie being the only exception, I would say right now, that really isn't used a ton. Mozzarella is great in the PvE for Beast Yeast. Obviously, golden cheese is used in a ton of spots. Fettuccine and burnt cheese, the double whammy there for PvE and PvP, and then black raisin in your guild battles. So very, very important pieces. And then to round that all out, we do have the Frosted Crystal. Here you got Frost Queen, Icicle Yeti, Sherbet, and then the rest of the crew. I'm a big fan of Cotton, as many of you know that. Snow Sugar has gotten much better with the lovely magic candies. Sherbet cookie, amazing cookie. Still, I believe in that cookie. Frost Queen, Icicle Yeti, once again here, it's really focused on cooldown. You don't have to use it. So these are all very important pieces. So wanted to walk through all the cookies first, give you some background on those as you make your decisions and considerations. Now, a couple pieces on this. If we do go into our story mode here and take a look, and I certainly need to use some stuff up as always, always a lot of things to do in Run Kingdom, we go to our special episodes. Here in our special episodes, this is really important. What you're going to find is we still have Icicle Yeti's Winter Song, we got A Mermaid's Tale, we got Summer Soda Rock Festa, and The Legend of the Red Dragon. So essentially 4 there. This is really important because when we do go into play and the story mode, we do get access to the winter shops or each of the shops there. And we got a lot of things that we can use until these are filled out. So those are very, very important considerations for you. You can always come back and get them, which is really nice. So you're not kind of capped out or topped out, as we like to say, in terms of our toppings, and in particular, our resonant toppings there as well. Now, one of the things is if we do go into world exploration mode, and we navigate over to dark mode or story mode, and we begin to go to Lost Kingdom, what you'll find here is obviously a big journey for you, and we don't have that lovely shop there in terms of getting more of these Resonant Cheese, Radiant Cheese toppings. So that, my friends, in and of itself can create a little bit of a conundrum and a problem for those particular ones as well. So I wanted to call that out for your awareness in terms of those pieces. So what does that mean? That means here is some of the best advice I can give you in terms of prioritizing your resonant toppings. So as we go back here, a couple things. We had 4 of them. Once again, click the wrong thing. Oh, nope, I didn't. We got 4 of them where you can go get more resonant toppings if you're looking to do that. That's for returning players, new players, veterans, as we like to say, as always. So 4 spots. That is a big piece of information that you can take into consideration with your toppings. Now, like me, if you happen to have been playing quite a while, we have lots and lots of extra ones here in water, potentially in frost. I haven't maxed all my other stuff out. I can go back and buy a lot of those in the shops. What that leaves us with is a little bit of a delta. The delta is going to be here in the triple cone, and potentially here for you in the radiant cheese. Now that is one area where I certainly would focus with my cookies, and then similar with Moonkiss toppings, because that one is not. If you caught that as well, similar thing. It is not a special episode right here. Only 4 of them are, so that leaves us with 3. That's going to be Moonkissed, Radiant Cheese, and the Triple Cone. So if you're going to invest in any of them, ideally, if you don't have the right max on terms of what you want, you're probably going to want to think about using those ones. Personally, I would prioritize the Triple Cone. And here is why I would do that. Because A, there's not a lot of them. Those are the harder ones to get, in my opinion. However, once you get the ones that you need, then you probably don't need to worry about it too much. I like to have 1 or 2 sets. In particular, we do talk about these in some of the topping guides for your cookies. Now, one thing is, again, you can always use a regular topping in parallel with some of these. It's just going to lift some of those base stats for some of the tweaking that you're going to want a little bit higher. And you can always check out our perfect guide, topping guide, and biscuit guide on what the probability is to get perfect toppings. So this just really helps up level. The other one there that we talked about, like I said, is going to be the radiant cheese toppings. Lots of relevant cookies there, so certainly those ones I would prioritize. And then again, Moonkissed, because those are very, very important. Now, the dragon ones, draconic's very good. We talked about some of these here for the Summer Soda Rock Festa, a Mermaid's Tail. I have a lot of them. Again, I wouldn't prioritize those ones as much. Icicle Yeti, Winter Song, very nice for your Frost Queen if you don't have that already. And then certainly first and foremost, do the Holiday Express, because you can get the Mysterious Toppings and then pick some of these other ones, my friends. So in conclusion of today's episode, I wanted to walk through Resonant Toppings, how to prioritize those toppings, how to think about it for you in your account, and where I would consider investing my time or investing in terms of getting the resonant toppings and what's available here if you also have to make a choice when it comes to the lovely anniversary gallery here for our 3rd anniversary festival. So thank you to those of you that like to comment. If you still got questions or comments, certainly let me know. Feel free to swing by the Discord server as well. Say hello. I get a lot of great ideas from you out there, and thank you to the particular user that was asking the live stream. Jafar or Jaffer, one of the two, and I apologize if I butchered that. So that, my friends, is how I would prioritize your resonant toppings, level up your account, and level up your cookies. With that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and know a little bit more now about resonant toppings, why they're important, how to prioritize them for your account. With that, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here. On top of that, as always, thank you to all of our members. Memberships are a great way to support our channel and the community, so thank you for that. Gives you priority access. Additionally, emotes, icons, and other fun ways to interact. And other things there as well. Lastly, I do have affiliate links. It's another great way to support the channel. I thank you for all that. And don't forget, lastly, about our socials. I love to see what you're doing. I love to hear from you. I love to see your fan art and all the other things that comes with it. And additionally, in our Discord server. With that, I wish you the best of luck with your resonant topping hunting here. Don't forget, we got the topping guides, biscuit guides available to you here on the channel to check out when you have questions. Until next time, my friends, keep on running.